The deathless eyes.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
I'll play again.
Did you know I'm utterly insane?
Killer Mom.
I'm just gonna bash you.
What's blood for? If not for shedding.
Welcome to 31 Days of Horror Movies. I am your host, Sam Johnston. Back with me again, as always, Adam and Leslie.
Hello.
Hi. We just watched Ghostbusters 1984, which is getting us all very horny.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Written by Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, and Rick Moranis, and directed by Ivan Reitman. 3 former parapsychologist professors set up shop as a unique ghost removal service. I think that it should be a little clear that to whoever is watching or listening to this, that I don't think we enjoyed this movie as much as we thought we were going to enjoy it. I don't think I enjoyed this movie as much as I thought I was going to, or remembered enjoying it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is kind of a different experience watching this, especially in the context.
You were laughing a lot.
I was laughing a lot.
I was laughing.
Yeah.
I was definitely laughing at what was going on, but
Me too.
it felt a little more surface than I remember it.
Yeah. Like, we did see them on this journey of being, like, you know, parapsychology professors, which are 2 enormous words to have in your logline. To, like, they lose their jobs, then they start their business, and then they're suddenly, like, heroes of the city.
Like, one of them sold their house.
Yeah.
They took out a 3rd mortgage on Stance's house under the advice of Venkman, which was one of the worst characters.
Yeah, just the worst character.
Pretty much like the entire time.
And you're supposed to be rooting for him. This group of people, kind of, right?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Well, yeah, for sure.
The group, for sure.
I mean, he definitely was a despicable character, and I think he was supposed to be this charming guy, like the epitome of what a charming guy, all the tropes of a charming guy, in romantic movies, but he just wasn't that. And he still got the girl. And you're just like, ew.
In the first scene that we see him, he's doing those tests with the 2 people and very much keeping it in the woman's favor and shocking the other dude. And it's all just like him using his degree, I guess, to hit on this woman.
Hit on young girls.
Yeah. These students.
The students.
Yeah, these are students. The entire time, too, seems to be the one that doesn't even really believe in what they're doing. Seems very just like going with it. Even in the end, when they're like going up to the final battle, he steps out of the car and he's like all about the fame and all about the notoriety.
He is written as the hero, right? He's written as the hero because he has to deny the path and then accept the path. But, like, I don't know if it's Bill Murray. I don't know if it's just the fact that it's the 80s and we assume that everyone in the 80s loves him and thinks he's so hot and attractive and we're just, like, grossed out by him. Or if back in that time they're like, yeah, this guy's gross. And I don't know if they knew that he was.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if they might have. They might have known that he was gross. They might have known he was just being a gross creep. Because they had a couple of jokes that I was like, that sounds so much like a thing a bad person would say, that they must know he's a bad person. Like,
because he felt so overtly bad at the beginning that I thought he was going to make a very drastic change at the end. Stance was the hardcore believer, and he was the one that really had the passion for parapsychology. And then you had Egon.
Yeah, Egon.
And he was the brain.
Yeah.
Never smiled. Very serious. Gave the facts straight up. And then you have Venkman, who's the wild card, kind of the loose cannon of the group. And they were...
but also the leader. He was the person to be like, you go that way, I'll go, like, you go that way. He was the decision maker, the leader, the guy who, like...
And they just went with it. They're like, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Welcome to the team.
The other two were very polarized characters, but he was kind of the one that was be able to be in between, but he still wasn't fun to be around.
He stepped out, said to the librarian, where are you from originally? And it's so bad. It's so
like a weird,
fucked up, like weird racial thing that he's saying to this ghost librarian.
That's also some like weird bar pickup line.
Yeah.
That's
Where are you
creepy.
originally?
Yeah.
I don't blame the ghost for reacting in the way that she did at all.
It's a library.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he should.
I am glad that we get a second coming of Sigourney Weaver on this podcast.
Yeah.
And
Love to see Sigourney Weaver.
love to see her.
Yeah.
And she, in this movie,
Bless her.
is one of the only people that challenges Venkman. She kind of calls him on his bullshit at the beginning.
Yeah.
I wrote that down. I was like, okay, she's the only one of all these characters who are like, you're weird, like, get out of here. Like, at the beginning, she's very much against him. I was hoping that would persist for the rest of the movie, but
No.
no.
Now
As
he
soon as
rescues her. She's a damsel. And
Yeah.
So,
And, like, you know that they're setting up the romance because she
I was
keeps,
hoping
like,
not.
hearing him on the radio, just, like, surrounded by him and his glory and his, like, success. You know, that she was just like,
Which
oh
is-
my God.
It's
I
another
guess
just like
he's-
strange surface thing for her to make that switch towards him,
Yeah.
which that's what I keep feeling like this movie was. Just so surface of
Yeah.
everything.
yeah.
Everyone was so surface.
Yeah.
The gadgets in this movie were pretty hilarious.
They're so funny.
They were honestly, whoever made them must have had so much fun.
Oh my
So
gosh.
much fun.
The ghost detective.
Yeah, they're like, like
I
ears
love-
come up on it.
I love that. And then of course, yeah, that thing was great. And then
Even the contraption, like, that sucks the ghost.
yeah,
It was
Trap.
such a big setup.
Yeah.
And they, like, couldn't cross paths between the lasers or whatever they are to
Right.
capture the
Don't
ghost.
cross the stream. Rick Moranis was so funny.
so great.
And like all his jokes, like none of them were offensive in any sort of way. And they were all so fucking funny. And his physicality was so funny. And like his running jokes were so good where he would like lock himself out of his apartment every time.
Oh my God.
Every time. It was so funny.
And even when he knew it was coming,
Yeah. It's
was
just
so
like
funny.
just seeing this doof like unable to interact with the world was
He was trying.
hilarious.
He was trying so
well,
hard.
and that was
to
what
get her.
and that was what was interesting about his character was he was clearly so in love with Sigourney Weaver's character, but he still came off as way less threatening than all the other characters, not just because of his stature, but because when he offered something to her and she kind of blew him off, he always said, "That's cool. Okay,
Yeah.
cool."
Okay,
He
yeah.
never was like,
That's
"Oh,
The special effects of this movie as well, they was just like really cool.
There was the stop motion animation of Zool, like the two like
Devil dogs.
Devil dog.
I thought they looked cool.
Pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ghosts look good
definitely-
too.
Ghosts looked good.
I love the green blob guy.
Yeah.
With the big, large tongue.
Big, large
Tonga?
Dong. His
Oh.
big dong.
His big
His
dong.
tongue,
Yeah.
tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah, big tongue.
Oh,
I like
God.
the beginning library lady.
Like the library lady too. Yeah.
She
I
was
like it when the
scary.
ghosts start attacking people in the city.
Yeah,
That's fun.
that was fun. That's what I
Yeah.
want to say. Ghosts was kind of the only thing, and I guess this demonic dimension idea,
Yeah.
only things that kind of made this a horror movie.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
were moments of suspense, I guess, when they were kind of moving through the spaces and following some of the ghosts in the library, in the
Right.
hotel, I guess.
There's a jump scare, I think, in the library. I think that might be the only jump scares.
I think the most horrifying stuff happens to Sigourney Weaver. Actually,
Oh, yeah.
with the scene with the hands coming out of the
Oh,
her chair
yeah.
and like like really just grabbing on them.
Aykroyd
is-
comes from in between her legs
Yeah.
too.
It's and like grabs her boob.
Yeah.
Like it's like not even grabbing her arm or something. It's like ripping her clothes off, and it's
Oh my
And then
lord!
she gets pulled. That to me was like one of the scariest parts of it because everything else when you're with the Ghostbusters almost feels goofy.
Yeah,
like you're
very goofy.
you know that they can defeat the ghost,
Yeah.
but when you're with Sigourney Weaver and that happens to her, she's helpless.
Yeah.
That's scarier to me than anything that happens with the Ghostbusters.
yeah. The way Bill Murray's character behaves, Vinkman behaves as if literally nothing can affect him.
Yeah.
Like,
He's immortal.
Emotionally, nothing can affect him. Physically, he doesn't act like he believes he's in physical danger ever. Even when he's running out of the library, he's just kind of running with the guys. He's not like, ah! He's like,
Yeah.
he it's almost like he knows that he's the protagonist.
mm-hmm.
What are some things?
There's a
that
bunch
they
of scenes that happen where it's like, oh, they're catching on. You know, they get fired from the university, and then they start advertising their ghostbusting business, and then
and then no one likes them.
Yeah.
And they get a ghost.
And
And
then
everyone likes
everyone
them.
likes
Everyone
them,
likes
and then-
them.
and then
Even
they
though they
keep more-
destroyed more than they fucking like.
mm-hmm.
This movie pretty much just kind of follows exactly what you think is going to happen.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So we get to a certain point where these devil dogs are summoned.
double dogs.
These devil dogs are summoned by... Anyone catch the demon's names?
Zulu.
Zulu. Gozer. Okay, yeah, Gozer was the big
Zool
one.
is one of the dogs. Gozer is the big
Right.
monster.
So Gozer, I'm assuming, summons the dogs to go get the humans.
yeah,
And they choose Sigourney Weaver and Rick Moranis.
Yeah,
Rick Moranis' scene is like when he's in a party and it's in his bedroom and he throws the coats on it and it just breaks out of his door. Every scene with him I really just like. And then
I
there's
like
this
it.
I
whole
wanted
chase
more of
scene.
Yeah.
him.
There's this chase scene with him and it's just
He's
funny.
he's like the moment that was like this movie has a really big budget is the moment where he's being chased by this dog, and then there's a huge room of people eating fancy dinner, and he's just banging on the window outside, being like attacked by the dog, and they all like stop and look at him. They filled an entire room with fancy dinner eating people just to watch Rick Moranis go, "Let me in,"
And then he gets pulled
And then
away.
pulled down below the window.
And they immediately just
And
go
then
back.
they go back to talking.
I thought it was a very good dick joke, but I really liked the explanation of like this is the plot of this movie, or like this is the mounting tension of this movie. Is like imagine there's all this ghostly energy, and they're like explaining the like sciencey stuff as like regular stuff, and they're like imagine all the ghostly energy is like a Twinkie, except it's a Twinkie that's like 30 feet long by, like
600
pounds. And then they said, that's a big Twinkie. And it's like, it was this just a very well written joke of just going from like, okay, this is the moment where we have to explain what's going on and that there's something dangerous in the way. But it's a dick joke.
Yeah. So the four Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
4 of them.
That should be on this poster.
Fuck you.
Go up the stairs. Onto the roof of the demon antenna or whatever this fucking shit is. And they see Gorzo. What's his name?
Gozer.
Gozer.
Gorzo. Gorgonzola.
Oh, I like that.
Comes out and she's all like in a bubble uniform or something. There's, like,
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Kind of cool,
Alien?
like very alien, very
Very
David Bowie. You know?
I think everything in the 80s is
This
David
sort of
Bowie.
like androgynous, bubble outfit.
Red ass
Bubble.
eyes.
Yeah, red eyes. Oof.
Ooh.
Really red eyes.
Really, that must have hurt.
That must have been some bad contacts.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, really
Is it like
bad.
the whole eye?
The whole eye.
Whole eye.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
Hurts.
Oh my God.
And they try to shoot to her with their lasers. They try to slime her, but she's too fast.
She's too fast.
and she dissipates or something.
She, like, disappears.
non-nuclealizes.
That's what they say.
And then they're like, "This is bad." And then like Gozer says, "Choose the form of your destruction." And they're like, "What?" and like choose the form, and they're like, oh, I get it. Don't think of anything.
No one think
Yeah.
anything now.
Yeah.
0, 0, 0. Dan Aykroyd in the end is the one that thinks of something,
Yeah.
but he tried to think of the least harmful thing
The marshmallow.
to them, and it was the Stay Puft Marshmallow. Man. And he's big as fuck.
He's so big.
He's very big.
He's so big.
So they realize that they need to cross their lines
Yeah.
again,
Cross the streams.
cross the streams to destroy Gorgonzola's temple. Looked like it.
Yeah.
Gorgonzola's temple was destroyed, and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man blew up
Yeah.
and covered New York in shaving cream.
In white sticky goo. Dan and Dan and Dan.
All right. Wow. We
We
need to get out of this episode.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
All right. Please, Leslie and Adam,
Yes.
plug yourself.
Thank you.
Season 3, episode 4 podcast. Check it out wherever you can find podcasts. The words are words, the numbers are numbers.
Yeah. Color me, Leslie. Instagram.
Color her Leslie.
Instagram.
Instagram, you can find me at Richie T, and also check out Playground Social, which is the studio that we're chilling.
We're doing it right here.
We're doing it right here.
Right here. This is the place.
Thank you, Adam and Leslie, again, and I will see you tomorrow. But till then, let's get spooky, y'all.
Let's get spooky.
This movie doesn't hold up very well, not very well. Get it?